What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Jericho Report Weekly News Briefing. It is Saturday, May the 17th, 2014. As always, first link below is going to take you over to the Blogspot post. That's where you can find all the links I'm about to give you. First off, Operation American Spring. Apparently the first day was a dud. Definitely wasn't millions of people there. However, I'm not ready to be the naysayer yet. I think we should give it a few more days. Apparently it's going to be an ongoing thing, so we'll see what happens. On with the news. 20,000 homes evacuated in San Diego County fire. We have been watching this fire out in California. My heart goes out to everybody affected by that. Crazy, just a number of fires going on out there. If you've watched any of the mainstream coverage of fire tornadoes and just wicked fire, heart goes out to everybody involved, all the firefighters, first responders, everybody working that scene, people losing their homes. It's a terrible thing. USA Today has this, over 200 dead, many trapped in Turkish coal mine. Apparently we have a coal mine collapsed on some miners, many dead. We're never going to learn, are we? From CNN Travel, FAA official says drone and jetliner nearly collided over Florida. Is it really a good idea, Department of Homeland Security, to be putting all these drones in the air over America? I know it's all being done for our safety, right? Mail Online has this, the deadliest aircraft collision that could have ever happened. Didn't happen, a near miss. A couple of planes nearly collided over the ocean. Let's see, Los Angeles bound flight from Hawaii. 590 people almost died. Crazy. What is going on with air traffic control these days? Speaking of air traffic, ground stop ends, delays, cancellations continue at O'Hare and Midway. Apparently, both airports were on a ground stop because of smoke in the air traffic control center. That's been rectified. We had a flight coming into LAX that, let's see, flight returns to LAX after reports of smoke in the cockpit. I don't know what's up with that. That from Hawaii News Now. Put a link to that. RT has this. Proton M rocket carrying Russia's most advanced satellite crashes. A lot of crashing going on. Put a link to this. Was that like equipment malfunction or did somebody shoot that thing down? I don't know. From the Washington Post, we got China may build undersea train to America. I guess they're talking about civilian train because I know, it's my opinion anyway, that the governments already have subterranean high-speed rail. You know, if you want to look into that rabbit hole, be my guest. Anyway, I'll put a link to that story. House explosion in Brentwood, New Hampshire after officer was shot. I think that's the one we were watching the other day. House went boom. That was crazy. Check out, they got video of that explosion. What's going on with that? Police, let me let my computer catch up here. Police say disturbed man crashes into KMAR TV building. I'm not sure where exactly that is, but I'll put a link to it. Apparently a man crashed into a police station, drove his truck right through the building. What's going on with people? Saudi Arabia reports 10 more deaths from MERS virus, 20 other cases. This from Reuters via Yahoo News on May 15. I got a couple more when it comes to MERS. 2 healthcare workers exposed to MERS. Patient had flu-like symptoms. This is May 14th out of, I'm not sure where. I put a link to this somewhere in the U.S., I believe. USA Today has this second U.S. case of deadly MERS virus found in Orlando. I believe that last one was from Florida as well. Might be one and the same. Put a link to them both. Mysterious birth defects, no answers, only questions, experts say. This is more, they're talking more about the birth defects out of Washington State. This is from NBC News. Terrible thing. Liberty News has this. Oh, wow. Judge Andrew Napolitano confirms new select committee can subpoena Barack Obama to testify on Benghazi. I'm sure he will comply with that. I got one more in the general event. Speaking of Obama administration, check this out. You know the terrorists that supposedly took all these girls. Apparently, the Obama administration threatened Nigeria with sanctions back in 2003 for fighting that terrorist. What's up with that? I'll put a link to this. Craziness continues. Over to financial news. How the Dow Jones Industrial Average did on Friday. Let's see. Dow was up 44 points. However, it was down about 100 on the week, 92.03 on the week. So, it's pretty flat, actually. It just hit its all-time high again, and then it came down about 100. So anyway, put a link to that. Internet freedom's expiration date. Check this out. How do you feel about paying taxes on email? Yeah, I'll put a link to this from the Wall Street Journal. Be advised. And could Michigan drivers, be advised, my friends to the north, could Michigan drivers soon pay for number of miles they drive? Taxed by the mile. How are they going to do that? They're going to have to figure out a way to track you, aren't they? Are they going to put a tracking box on your car? No, we talked about that before. The Blaze has this. Former Treasury Secretary claims Obama White House instructed him to mislead Americans. No, that would never happen. That's got to be a conspiracy piece. Guy can never give me a break. NBC News has this. Daughter of Jeremiah Wright convicted in fraud scheme. This is the daughter of President Barack Obama's former pastor, convicted on Friday of laundering thousands of dollars from a state giant for a Chicago job training program, yada yada. Wonder if Rahm Emanuel's mixed up in that. Never let a good crisis go to waste. From the New York Post, dinged up JP Morgan CEO may seek exit, say analyst. Another banker about to disappear. I don't know. I'll put a link to it. JR Review has this. Obama's highly touted minimum wage raise gets vets promptly kicked out of nursing home. We're so great to our veterans, aren't we? This story will definitely piss you off. Put a link to it. Got one more. I got a few more, actually. Obamacare contractor pays employees to do nothing, whistleblower says. This from Fox News. They just sit at their desk all day. Let's see. We got over $5 billion and counting for Obamacare websites. $5 billion. What'd it take me to start up my first website? $4.95. I don't know what's going on with the Obamacare website. More excuse just to throw money down the drain. County in Colorado wants to opt out of Social Security program. Why not? It's all corrupt anyway. I put this link from WND. Got one more. Legal pot. Check this out. Legal marijuana in the United States is crippling Mexican drug cartels. Well, we're so sorry. We're over to New World Order and Police State News, and sorry to say I have a ton of it again this week. Imagine this. Michigan police shoot and kill couple's dog in their own backyard. Cops are chasing a suspect. They go into someone's backyard. Their dog charges the officer. The officer claims they shoot the dog dead. Dog didn't have anything to do with it. Dog wasn't the suspect's dog. Daily News. I'll put a link to it. Just more of the same. How is this crap allowed to go on? Cops beat man to death right in front of dozens of witnesses for no reason whatsoever. I believe this happened up in Washington State, Seattle area, if I'm not mistaken. More of the same, more of the same. Michigan cops attack mentally ill man in disturbing dash cam video. This came out May 8th. I'm not sure what city. Doesn't really matter. It happens all over the frickin' place. Let's see. 7th Circuit Court upholds warrantless entry and seizure of gun rights activists. Doesn't say what. Apparently this happened in Milwaukee. Courts are saying, sure, come on in. Yes, have some. Cop pulls gun on 11-year-old for building a treehouse. I'm not sure where this happened at. This happened on April the 2nd. Older story, but somebody sent that to me. You can't build a treehouse here. Get out of here at gunpoint. She's just a child. 9-year-old taken away in handcuffs after fight at Boys and Girls Club. I haven't really looked into this. Come out May 13. 9-year-old in handcuffs, huh? Teach him a lesson. Respect my authority. Harvard studies proves how dangerous GMOs are to humans. This come out May 8th. Yet we still eat them. GMOs are in everything these days, are they not? Speaking of GMOs, Monsanto plans to patent genetically modified marijuana. Put a link to this. This came out actually in January, but somebody sent me that. I wanted to pair it with the GMO story. Off-grid survival has this. Feds seize New Mexico rancher's land. County orders local sheriff to stop the feds. We have another BLM land grab going on out there. Put a link to this. Breitbart has this. Department of Agriculture, pay attention. Department of Agriculture orders submachine guns with 30-round magazines. From Breitbart on May 15th. Put a link to it. Why does the Department of Agriculture need automatic weapons? I have no idea. Why do they need weapons at all? FCC to cripple the internet, be advised. Changes coming to the internet. This from Fox News. You really want to read through this? They're going to give big companies the high bandwidth. The little companies are, say bye-bye to the bandwidth. We'll still have the internet, but not as we know it now. We are change. However, there is a good story. Ted Cruz bill would ban FCC's latest adventure in net neutrality. Put a link to this. Come out May 16. I don't know. Flight 370 mystery spurs UN agency to call for global tracking system. Global tracking system being called for by the UN over Flight 370. Think about that. Politico has this. Who's watching the watchers? Big data goes unchecked. You really want to check this article out about commercial data brokers who get your information. They do more damage than the NSA does, it turns out. Put a link to that. Over to World War III is in the Ukraine. U.S. is dragging us towards war with Russia. This came out from We Are Change on May 14. I haven't really gotten much Ukraine news this week. Been paying attention to a lot of other things, though. Russian rocket engine ban on U.S. military launches could affect NASA spaceflight. This came out May 14th. I think I covered this already, but here's another link from space.com. Zero Hedge has this. Russia holds de-dollarization meeting. China, Iran willing to drop U.S. dollar. It's coming. You know, of course, we've been saying that forever. Sooner or later, it'll get here. Iranian regime ballistic missile work complicates nuclear talks. This came out in May 16. Put a link to this. And I know I've reported on this already, but here's another one. Bring it on. Iran says they're going to destroy the United States Navy. Washington Times. Vietnam and China exchange water cannon spray near disputed oil rig. I think one of their, didn't they ram each other's boats or something, or was that something else? I'll put a link to this Voice of America. Stars and Stripes has this: man arrested for claiming U.S. South Korean drill caused the ferry sinking. He was arrested in South Korea. Apparently you can't, there's no conspiracy theories allowed in South Korea. And here's a hilarious one in the World War III bin. Thank you to Forming Thoughts sent me this. This is way back, September 29, 2010. But if you need something to chuckle at, humor, Japanese warfare training. Oh man, this is like real life Mario Kart. Real life Japanese Mario Kart warfare training simulation. You got to check that out. It's hilarious. Put a link to it. We're over to Earth changes in 2012 news now. Countdown to chaos. Diplomat predicts how many days we have left before climate disaster. This from The Blaze, of course, a fear piece to push the carbon tax, yada yada. Natural News has this: selective climate alarmism of White House ignores immediate threats of EMP attack, debt collapse, and, most importantly, Fukushima catastrophe. Nobody wants to talk about that, but we want to talk about global warming. Fukushima is going to kill us all way before global warming. Hard to believe floodwaters cause heavy damage in Pinyon and Yates. I believe this is in the northeast United States. My friend Darren up in New York State sent me this. Hope you guys are doing well up there. Emergency closure of Cedar River after mudslide in Maple Valley. This is in Washington State. We've had another mudslide in Washington State on top of the landslide they've already had. Los Angeles knee-deep in oil after pipeline ruptures, spilling 10,000 gallons of crude. Way to go, human beings. Let's pour oil over the whole earth. Thousands of fish found dead in New Jersey's Shark River. Shark River, am I seeing that right? This came out May 13. Another fish kill. Fish kills all over the place. Is it biblical or just normal stuff? I don't know. NASA spots worrisome Antarctic ice sheet melt. This came out in May 12. They're saying the ice keeps a melting, oceans keep a rising. Touchdown, space station crew returns to Earth. This came out May 13 from space.com. They returned on a Russian Soyuz something or other. Ball of light crashes to Earth in Queensland. This came out May 16. Ball of light crashes to Earth. There is supposed to be a lot of meteor activity this month, and maybe it has something to do with that. Near miss, tiny asteroid gives Earth a close shave. This came out May 15th. Actually happened on May 10th, I believe. Not a big asteroid. Thing that alarms me about a lot of these near-Earth asteroids now, though, is they're finding them in just days or sometimes hours before they're actually a hazard. So they don't see these things from far out. And there's a lot of them here in recent days that they're only picking up days in advance. Magnitude 6.8 earthquake hits off Panama. This came out May 13. Got a number of them. 6.6 quake near Micronesia. Put a link to this. From Inquester.net. We had a magnitude 6.5 earthquake, southern East Pacific rise, South America, May 12. Put a link to that. Number of 6 points and above. 6.3 magnitude quake shakes Mexico City. Shakes near Mexico City. I'll put a link to this. Boy, they got a picture of some damage there. Put a link to that. Got another one here. 6.2 in the Philippines. Not much info. I'll put a link to this from the data here. And we had a 5.1 magnitude earthquake strikes off Oregon coast. Second magnitude 5.3 tremor nearby. Put a link to this. Over to strange and bizarre news. Got some very strange news this week. Let me clear this off here. Cocaine use in Britain so widespread it can be found in our drinking water. Wow. Reminds me of that movie Hangover 3. I love cocaine! Crazy movie. Hold on, let me let this load up here. Pope Francis says he would baptize aliens. Who are we to close doors? I wonder if we're close to disclosure. Of course, we've all made that video before. I don't know. Be advised if you're in Texas, flying Dorito in West Texas, Amarillo skies. Flying Dorito. Check out the picture of that. Not sure what's up with that. Local news out of the area. And lady calls 911 to report that Subway put marinara sauce on her pizza instead of pizza sauce. I need the police. Put a link to it. Pentagon document lays out battle plan against zombies. I think Carniart just did a video on this. Check my favorites for that. Pentagon document lays out battle plan against zombies. At first look, I thought this was a strange and bizarre story, but when you go watch his video, he's talking about possible nuclear war, what it's going to look like after nuclear detonation. Anyway, I'll put a link to this. I don't know. CNN. Boston drivers, check this out. Boston drivers are urged to use ya blinka. Use ya blinka. Check out how they spelled it right on there from why just now. Nothing wrong being a little creative in your job. Let's see. Bond set for teen charge in South Carolina man killing. Check this out. Guy gets a bulletproof vest. We've all seen the FPS Russia video where he tests a bulletproof vest, probably, right? Well, this guy does it in real life. He puts on a bulletproof vest, hands the gun to this teenage girl and says, shoot me, I need to see if this vest worked. Well, apparently it misses the Kevlar and kills the guy. Now she's in trouble. 18 years old, done throwing her life away trying to test a bulletproof vest. I don't know what the hell's wrong with people. One more in the strange and bizarre bin. Obama went over Niagara Falls in a canoe. The public reacts to news without thinking. Let's see. Luke Radowski teamed up with Mark Dice and did one of their videos where they go out and ask people crazy questions and ask them what they think about things. Definitely check that video out. It is hilarious. For all of the news, please check my favorites. I have favorited tons of videos over the past week. Thank you to everybody who puts out content. A lot of stuff I didn't talk about here is covered over there, so at least pull up my favorites and scan over the titles. See if there's anything you don't know about. Do have a couple shout-outs this week. Shout out to the heroic cat saves little boy from vicious dog attack. A lot of you guys probably saw that this past week. Came out on the 13th. A dog was about to maul a little kid, and a cat runs up, chases the dog off. Got to give a big shout-out to that cat. And shout-out to Manuel Sanches, I believe is his name. This YouTuber I just found doing research of Operation American Spring. He's got a video, Operation American Spring 2014. However, it's not solely about American Spring. It's a 15-minute long video. I found it very inspirational. I haven't seen a video like this in quite a long time. Just pull it up and let it play in the background if you're working on something. It'll give you inspiration. It definitely will. 15 minutes, in my opinion, the guy is all heart. Definitely big shout out to him. Just goes over what's going on in the world and how people need to get involved and you know, real talk. Best way I can put it. That's all I got for this week, guys. If you like the report, please give me a thumbs up and a +1, or give it a thumbs down if you think it sucked. It's the worst of YouTube. You never want to see it again. Please rate, though. It helps it move around. You can also follow me on Facebook, Google, Twitter, Google Plus and Twitter for live show alerts, breaking news alerts, new video alerts, because people tell me they don't get my uploads. They subscribe to me. Follow me on one of those. You'll always get them. Sorry I'm talking so fast, and as I talk fast, the consequence of that is my words get mixed up. It doesn't all come out right. I got a lot of news to give you in a short amount of time, though. That's all I got. I don't know what's going to go on with Operation American Spring. You know, Friday was definitely bust. There wasn't millions of people there. We watched one of the live streams. Might have been 1,000 people there. But from what I understand, it's supposed to be an ongoing thing. So let's give it some time, see if more people show up. Not quite sure how you're going to get tyrants out of office without using force. I'm definitely not advocating anyone doing anything stupid. But, you know, we'll see how it goes. You know, I applaud anyone's effort. Anybody, you know, it's nice to see people doing something somewhere. I'll put it that way. Till the next one, you guys take care, stay safe. I will see you on the next one.